We will get started. So let me get this right. We want to really do this right. We've had a lot of false starts with this because it's never been the main thing. It's always been a part of my main thing. And I've had a big shift in how I look at life, how I see life. It's just been a wonderful, gut-wrenching but wonderful 2 years. I bet some of y'all have been through that too. There seems to have been a pruning of sorts, and just give me a completely different outlook on life. And you asked yourself, when life knocks you down, you asked yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? What changes do I need to make as a human being? What got me here? And what I can tell you about that, and I'll be short with this part of this meeting. What I can tell you about that is it's not the things that go on outside of me that affect me so much as it is the things that go on inside of me. And the material world around me that I live in is actually coming from out of me. I'm projecting it out. It's not coming at me like I always thought. It's as a man thinketh, so it will be. It's coming out of me. And everything that we accomplish or don't accomplish in life is due to mindset. And most people here, now this is Melaleuca training, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. But as is with everything that we do, for better or for worse, it's different. Okay, and we're going to do this different. But my journey has always been about personal development. When I look back on it, it's very much been about personal development and faith. And when I look back through the years, I can see any limitations that I've experienced have been because of mindset. That mindset's improved through the years, but it's still got a ways to go. And what I've learned is that I am the sum total. My life and my experience with life is the sum total of my positive and negative thinking and my beliefs about myself. And I've had such radical shifts in how I see life, and I'm continuing to have those. Example, and it fits in with the Melaleuca training. I've always had, and we're going to talk about it because you may have experienced it too, and you may not have experienced this and be able to bring to the table something that helps me and the rest of the group, because I feel like we're all going in the same direction, so we can help one another. But I've always had a scarcity mindset. I've never had an abundant mindset. I have felt wrongly, for whatever reason, I didn't deserve abundance. I didn't deserve financial freedom. I just didn't deserve what other people deserved. I don't know where that comes from. My mom and dad never taught me that. They worked hard. We grew up, I would say, mom's here, but I would say for most, I grew up in a poor home, but we didn't know we were poor. Like other people's label may have said but not in my dad's mind. We were rich, and I'm sure that's how my mom felt. That's how I didn't know rich or poor. I just knew they worked really, really hard. In fact, I still remember at school coming home and kids were getting free lunch because of the economic status of their parents, and I was paying full price. And as a kid, you don't know any difference. I remember coming home and saying, I want free lunch too. And my mom said, well, we qualify for free lunch, but your dad won't do it. That's the kind of home I was raised in. I'm proud of that. They believed in hard work, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, get over it, that kind of stuff. Good parents. So where my feelings of lack and low self-esteem come from, I suspect a lot of it come from, just being awkward and what people said about me and the labels they attached to me, I believed about myself. And then ultimately I would end up overweight and, that played into that. There were a lot of things. What I realized and continue to realize is for the most of my life, I haven't been who I was created to be because so much of me was wrapped up in who and what others told me to be and believe. And I so wanted people to like me that I might have altered my own self to please them or whatnot. And I'll get to the Melaleuca training in a minute. But one of the reasons I come to you, I want to share a quick story with you about Melaleuca and how I'm deciding to change and I don't care what people think. So I've been on the weight loss and wellness journey for 20 plus years. Y'all know my story. Y'all have heard it ad nauseum, probably get bored with it. But all I did was take Posey and Shelby Jean to the grocery store and tried to help them lose some weight because I was their pastor. And at the end of that grocery tour, I don't know how many people around me, including the manager of the Kroger. And all of a sudden, I felt valuable. I felt valued. I felt like I was helping people. And I had such a passion to do it. I continued doing it for free for 3 years, every Saturday. And if somebody was mad at me, I was doing it for free. And I was working 2 other jobs and pastoring 2 churches and trying to raise children. Don't know why I did it. It's crazy. But I did it. And it was just something, I just really loved it. We always were struggling. I've been struggling for 20 something years. We were always struggling. And I quit doing it, and people got mad at me and was so upset with me for quitting coming to the grocery store for something I did for free. I started going back again. I don't know why I did those things, but I did them. And the expectations of people, the greater they were, the more I wanted to live up to those expectations. It's insanity. I ended up with this company called Thrive Weight Loss, and I don't ever talk about this. Thrive Weight Loss, in exchange of value for services rendered, did more than $20 million of sales. I would end up going bankrupt and having to look for 2 nickels to rub together and having my mom and dad help me to get up out of that because I didn't believe in myself. The first month that I did Thrive Weight Loss myself with a weight loss center, I made, before this, I was making $4,000 a month and had like 10 credit cards maxed out, trying to see about the churches and everything I needed to do. And I made $4,000 a month. And my first full month at Thrive Weight Loss owning my own company, I netted out more than $40,000. And people surrounded me and said, we can help you do more. We can help you do. And I couldn't keep up with the demand. And I thought, I don't know what I'm doing. They were right. You don't know what you're doing. You need our help. And these are true stories. I let partners in and it destroyed, on paper, it destroyed my life. I got left holding the bag. I didn't even have a title in my own company. I got booted out of the company. And I think a lot of it was that not feeling good about myself, not believing I could do it, that scarcity mindset. It's a beautiful story, actually. And then I started off again. I was going to go back to the mill and go to work. And my new wife said, I'm not going to let you do that. I believe in you. You've got a gift. You've got a talent. I will take care of the organization of it. I'll handle all that. You do what you're passionate about, and you teach nutrition, and we won't have weight loss centers anymore, but a couple, and we'll do this, do that. And it was a struggle. I was riding around in my daddy's little red truck, Um, doing the best I could do, going to the Kennesaw Center, trying to get it back going. The first person that we hired embezzled $23,000 from us. I think a lot of this has been a mindset for me, though. I'll get to the point in a minute because this is about Melaleuca, but I want to set this up because I'm not letting go this time. I'm not letting go of this training. And I want the folks here that this resonates with to start believing in themselves. I digress. So, long story short, the year we struggled, almost had to shut it down year after year. And the year before COVID, we broke out. And we had our best year ever with Shibboleth. We were finally profitable. It turned a corner and it turned it fast. We had 2 weight loss centers, 20 plus team members. It looked like we had turned a corner and we were feeling good. COVID hit and everything changed. Well, again, as a business person, you're supposed to make cuts during that time. I didn't want to make cuts. I didn't want to hurt any of our people. So I just worked harder. And my ex-wife worked harder as I see it. It was like we were rowing a boat in a storm and not making any progress. And I began to even sacrifice my values to try to get attention so that we could keep the payroll going. Ultimately, we couldn't do that. And ultimately, it caused great strain, as many of y'all have now heard and noticed and seen ad nauseum. And it fell apart. It totally fell apart. I got left holding it again to some degree. It's not that my ex-wife, she owned the company, she had to file for bankruptcy. Y'all know all this. It was a very difficult time. I'm getting to the Melaleuca story in a moment. It was a tough time. It has been a tough time. We both did our best, and it just didn't work out. But I link all of that to me having a scarcity mindset, afraid to be myself, afraid to talk about certain things. Through Thrive and Shibboleth, through that whole time, I'm making a point that money's not where it's at. Thrive and Shibboleth, total revenue, exchange of value brought in over 20 years from those two programs is almost $40 million. Almost $40 million. But there was not a day of that that went by that I felt good about myself. Not a day. I know there are people here that have experienced that internal conflict within you. You're happy for other people, but there's something going on in there. You don't feel that you deserve the same. You don't feel that you believe it. And in fact, or that you don't feel you don't deserve it. In fact, I can say something about money to show you how I'm labeled in the community. I can say something about money and get 10 emails that you're all about the money. My mom, she's got to work with me for the last year. Now she knows that I don't exaggerate these stories. That if I say something about, well, I got to charge you for that, I'm liable to get a dozen emails saying, I hate to see you be all about the money. I've gave the good about Travis is Travis finally feels like he deserves success. I don't know how you're feeling about yourself, but I deserve it. Now, in the past, I would have thought saying that out loud was blasphemy, but I know that I deserve it. And I know that you deserve it. You deserve success. I believe that about you. I can't believe that about you unless I believe it about me. In the days of me being afraid to talk about freedom, financial freedom, abundance. Those days are gone. I don't want to attract that group anymore that don't want me to be successful. I want to attract a group of people that wants me to be successful, and I want them to be successful. It's not about the money. If it were about the money, then I would have more than $123 in the bank today after helping enough people to bring in $40+ million that I gave to everybody else. Are y'all with me? Now, I'm not trying to be offensive. If that's offensive, you're probably not in the group I want to travel here forward with. My Melaleuca story. Jonathan Montgomery was one of our guides, and he got paid well for the people that he referred to us. It got to a place that we couldn't pay him anymore. So Jonathan Montgomery reached out to me a couple of years ago and said, I got something I want you to take a look at because I know you're trying to fight for the survival of Shibboleth post-COVID. And I said, I don't have time. I'm working 100 hours a week, and so is my wife. He says, well, you ought to take a look at this. It's cleaning supplies. And I said, cleaning supplies? I do not want to talk about cleaning supplies. So I was nice, and I said, I just don't have time. He said, out of respect for me, would you look at it? I said, sure. So I looked at it, but I found out they had best of class supplements and stuff that I didn't have in the Advocare brand, which I'm an ambassador for. So I took a look and I said, dude, you didn't tell me these are the best products on the planet. I've called research and development. This stuff is fabulous. In fact, I couldn't in good conscience recommend some things I'm recommended when these are more cost effective and so much better and safer. This is great. So I got started and I told all of y'all about Melaleuca products. My first check was $5,000. My second check was $10,000. I pushed them up, and my family of Shibboleth members believed in believed in the products that I believed in, and y'all were pushing me up, and I was determined to help anybody else that wanted that help get the help. But I refused to follow the Melaleuca system. After the $10,000 check, I was invited to a check opening party. Has anybody been to those? We're not going to cast judgment right now. I'm going to get through my story and then you won't have to hear it in subsequent meetings. Did anybody ever go to those early on, the check opening parties? So they would have check opening parties. In my mind, that was flashy. I didn't believe in such, and I also didn't believe in such because what if other people couldn't do it? I didn't want them to be disappointed in me or let down if they didn't also get that type of check. So while everybody was going to check opening parties, Travis refused to go because I didn't want our members to think that I was all about the what? All about the money. Knowing that I was still going to fall short in paying my expenses that month, but boy, did that check help. I just refused to go. I could not, in my mind and heart, I did not judge them, but I could not, in my mind and heart, put out there something that people might perceive that I was all about the money. So worried about what people were going to think about me. It wasn't even that I was trying to be not about the money. It was, I didn't want any of y'all to think I was about the money when I'm not about the money. You got to get to a place in your life where you don't care what people think. This even affects how you approach somebody if you're wanting to be a marketer. A lot of us don't have a background in that type of sales. Anyway, my $10,000 checks, they just kept coming down as I got sidetracked with life, bankruptcy, divorce, trying to get this home that I'm living in to a place with mom and dad's help that I could live in it without catching a virus or bacteria. You know, it's been that kind of journey. Along the way, there's been various times I've said, we're going to start training, and I would pull back for various reasons. Maybe I'd hit a new low. Maybe I was struggling with something. But a lot of the times it was as soon as I would say something, somebody would message me and say, I hope you don't get to be all about the money. So we've said this in class. We'll get going with the training now. We've said this in class a long time. How many of you want to look good naked? And we quit saying that because that's not our mission anymore. But we used to say that. How many of you want to look good naked? Raise your hand. If you'll lie about that, you'll lie about other things too. Well, I got news for you. If you'll tell me you don't want more abundance and more financial freedom, if you'll say you don't want that, you will lie about other things too, and I can't trust you. There's not a person here that does not want more financial abundance to do the right thing with. Not a person. Everybody here needs to be taught the Jack Martin philosophy. When he's last in line in his mind and heart, he's first in line. When he can't rub two nickels together, he's still a rich man. My mama will tell you that. It's time for me to be my father's son. It's not about whether I got two nickels to rub together or not, or whether I got $1 million in the bank. It's about feeling blessed, favored, and abundant at all times. I'm not waiting on the abundance of love in my life. I'm already surrounded by it. Thank you, God. I'm not waiting for $1 million in the bank account. I got more than that sitting there in the bank. It just ain't been revealed. It's there. We have to have the proper mindset, or other people will not be attracted to what we offer. Nobody wants a coach or wants somebody to help them that's a sad sack and is afraid to even talk about the good things in life that we can all have and experience if we give God the honor and the thanks for it. God wants us to have those things. It's not arrogant. It's not. And what I love about Melaleuca is they give an opportunity to people like me and people like you to do far better than just get by. Some of us know different marketers in that company that have went from making a good living wherever they were working to doing well above average and getting to have all kind of unique experiences that the blessings of financial abundance does allow for them to do. And what I love about it, we get paid for helping people. You get paid for helping people with their physical health, their financial health. I can't imagine a better thing. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm more profitable with Melaleuca than I am with a company I've been running for 20 years that's produced more than $40 million, but my expenses to run those companies were so high every single month, sometimes $60,000, $70,000 a month, I never had anything left over. As a Melaleuca marketer, your own business, they provide everything you need with top-notch compensation. You don't have to carry any inventory. You don't have to do all the business stuff that I have to do every day that's caused all my hair to fall out and my eyes to droop down to the floor. You don't have to do any of that. All you got to do is take the very best of class products, more than 400 products made in the USA, tested, safe, best of class, a debt-free company, faith-based company. You get to be a part of that and have your own company under their umbrella with the structure. It's like having a franchise, if you will. I use that word, not them. But you don't have to pay for it. All you have to do is enjoy the products, get benefits from the products, and share them. And I promise you, people will come. So I'm officially relaunching my Melaleuca wellness business. And I've talked about these products every single class for 2 years. I believe in them. Um, but if we have people here that want to go forward as more than just shoppers, and you want to be a marketer, we're gonna train each other. You're going to train me. I'm going to train you. We're going to learn from each other. We're going to learn about the products. We're going to learn how to run a successful business, and we're going to go to the top. We have a team name, and it's one that even a month ago I couldn't have uttered out of my mouth, but it's what God gave me after praying about this with sincerity all weekend. I am rich. I am rich. I am. I am rich in faith and in freedom. So, as we kick this off, I want to share with you some scriptures that back up this new team name. James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not God chosen the poor of this world rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him? He chose the poor to move from poverty to being rich by first being rich in faith. Be rich in faith. I'd rather be rich in faith than have all the money in the world, because it's faith that's got me through, not money. I've had millions of dollars go through my hands, and that ain't what saved me. But my faith is what keeps me above ground to this day. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, listen, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Romans 10:17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing come by the word of God. We have to keep renewed. We have to keep refreshed, because when you're trying to build a business, you're going to run into people who are naysayers. They're going to reject you. It's going to hurt. So you have to stay amongst people that can lift you up, and you're there to lift them up. Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is the servant of the lender. I'm tired of the lenders coming and getting my stuff. You hear me, Janice? I'm tired of them calling me on the phone, come getting my stuff. I'm a child of God. It ought not be that way. And I declare today it's not going to be that way no more. I'm tired of it. I don't know about y'all, but what we say over here in New Hartley, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the rich ruling over me when I'm supposed to rule. I'm supposed to have dominion. The borrower, whether we like it or not, has become servant of the lender. I have a mission. I want to be debt free, and I want such abundance coming into my hands that I can take this program and spread it, my I Am Faithfully Fit program, and spread it all across the world. I have not given up on having 1 million people, dadgummit, earn that fast track badge. That's been my goal for years. When we did the first goal was 42,000 fast track badge earners. We crossed that, and then I went to 1 million. And I ain't give up. And y'all, that takes abundance. I can't have a poverty mindset and a lack mindset and help 1 million people. You got to have good values. You got to have good goals. And if you believe that he's a rewarder of those that diligently seek him, it shall be yours. You don't need to wonder about it. You need to know it. Deuteronomy 28:12. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Now you tell me what's wrong with me talking about I am rich. He said instead of me borrowing, I should be lending. I should be the one that has the prosperity to give, and to give in abundance to others. that are in need, that need help. I just need a vehicle to do it, and I believe I've got one here. Philippians 4:19, but my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in Christ Jesus. Does anybody here, you have a need and you're ready to change? You come go with me. I'm going to show you something, then we'll get into the brief training today, and we will have these trainings 3 days a week. Okay? I'm going to show you something. So I told you what I peaked at, and then it all fell apart on me. Well, for some of y'all, this may be life-changing, what I'm about to show you. This is what happened, just me being consistent without trying to build the business. I know how to build a business. I haven't known how to keep one yet. But hey, Thomas Edison said he didn't fail at making a light bulb. He just learned over 1,000 ways it didn't work. He just kept going. And that's what I do. I just keep going, no matter what. But I believe I've cracked the code. It's about the mindset. It's about fixing what's broken on the inside. It's about breaking away from what you're told that you are or can be and living a life with no limits. This is this month for me. I've had 5 personal enrollments, and I've had 12 people added to the organization throughout my organization because there's other marketers. So 5 and 12. Last month, my check was $2,178. I need that to be $20,178. I believe I can do that with the help of the Lord. I believe I can do that with my belief in these products. I believe I can do that with your help. I can't get there unless I help you get here. Now, I'm curious, some of you may not be there yet where you want to talk about this stuff openly, but I'm here to ask you, because you're in a no judgment zone. I want to ask you, with $2,178 a month from talking about products that you love, that you use, that you get a benefit from, would that help improve your life? If you did that, would that help improve your life, the lives of those you love, and would it be something that you would honor and glorify God with and realize where it come from? If you decide that you want to come to the trainings and you want to listen in and wait for your switch to flip, you are welcome here. Every meeting we have, you're welcome. But if you have made a decision that you want to go here, you want to be held accountable, you want to be taught, you want to bring value, you want to work on a positive mindset, and you want the mindset, I'm going here and nothing's going to stop me, then I want to know who you are so I can put you on my list, so that I can work with you with the expectation that you're going to work too. And we're going to have fun. We're going to go on trips together. We're going to have a good time. Now, when I say on my list, these are the ones I'm going to just work a little closer with. Okay, I'm going to help you do what I've done. Here's an example. On this worksheet, Kiara has told me weeks gone by that she's going to director. Paulette has said, I'm going to director. Melanie says, I'm going to director. This is the group that I'm focused on while I teach the entire group on a day-to-day basis. So Kiara, my job with Kiara is to help her get to where I am today. And my first job is to help Kiara coach her till she gets her 3 customers. Because then once we have a successful plan, our company with Kara started her wellness company, and she found 3 customers to buy one of her 400 products. She couldn't start that company on her own, doesn't have to. In fact, the profits we make per person are greater than what Melaleuca makes. They make all of their wealth by helping tons of people. The more you help achieve financial freedom, the more you're making. But we per person get paid better than they do off a person. You can't beat that. So Kiara's got her own company. It's a mindset. When we talk about our challenges and I talk about Hemp Island, obviously we're not going to a hemp island, but in the chaos of each and every day that pulls us away from our vision, we have to have a mindset, humble ourselves like a little child and pretend we're on Hemp Island. Well, here, Kiara has got to pretend this is my business. I'm the CEO, the CFO, and the COO. And all I've got to do with this amazing company that I've built and manufactured 400 products for, all I've got to do is come up with 3 customers. If I can come up with 3, then I can come up with 6. I can come up with 9. It's a duplicatable process. We have hold here in our hands the best thing, best vehicle for financial freedom, more freedom in life, more self-confidence, more self-esteem, more adventure. We have, I'm positive of it, the best vehicle in our hands we could possibly have. This vehicle, I've seen it with people above me on that organizational chart. I've seen them go from struggling to financially free in less than a year. You can get out of this whatever you want to get out of it. There's no limits. It's about helping people. The more people you help, the more you help with the shopping, the more you help get on good products, the more you help with weight loss, the more you lead the way. The more of them you help, the more successful you can and will be. They provide all the tools that I can never provide you. I don't have to pay for them. They pay for them. But they have all the tools. I'm still learning about tools. My mom has gotten more immersed in this than I have, and she's killing it. And she's teaching me stuff that I missed out on because I'm so focused on I am faithfully fit. We're going to have a great team, and unlike other things like this, we're not going to take our eyes off the ball. If Nicole says, I want to go to director, we're going. I believe in her. If Paulette says, I want to go to director, we won't stop until you make director. We're going to do it. It isn't can we, if we, it's we're going to do it. We know. How long is it going to take? Don't matter. It's already done. My being is already a director. From head to toe, I'm a director. In fact, I'm a director 9. That's not my goal. I'm going to the top because I'm going to help more people than anybody else. I'm going to help more people than my upline. I'm going to help more people than my downline. I'm going to help more people than the owner of that company. That's the mindset. And if you have that mindset, I want you on this team. So let me know, and I'll add you to the list. These 3 ladies, until they tell me to leave them alone, I'm gonna stay on them in love. I'm gonna stay on them about taking their products. I'm gonna stay on them about using their products. I'm gonna stay on them about posting about their products. I'm gonna stay on them about showing people by example how to take care of their temple. We're gonna do it. And I want,
Travis,
yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but Tammy Barnes and Panna, of course, are wanting to make director. But Tammy, she even showed me something this morning. I hesitate. I've got a list of people that I think this would be fantastic for them. Personal friends. They work, they love to travel, but I just couldn't get my head wrapped around sending them a text because I didn't want them to think I'm trying to sell them anything because I'm not. You have to take these products, love these products, and be able to talk about them and be honest. If you hadn't, it's like, anything else. I used to sell at Sears and I swore I'd never do that again as long as I live, but I did great. I won a lot of awards. I sold whatever they told me to sell, whether it was insurance on appliances or appliances. But you do have to believe in the product. And you can't believe in the product if you don't take the product. It's just that simple. I've looked at all these people that's making thousands of dollars a month, and what they're doing is constantly sharing on Facebook. And they believe in the products. They don't mind getting on video. I hate doing that, but they don't mind getting on video and demonstrating cleaners, for instance, or the brownie mix. Look what I made, that kind of thing. And they're killing it. But they're also sharing it with everybody they know, all their friends and their church family. And that's something I haven't done, but I'm going, Tammy, thank you. I'm going to try to build up the courage. I've got one person in mind that this would be I've talked about it for a year. I've prayed about it and I can't get her off my heart. Travis knows who she is. Her husband's a pastor. But this would just be perfect for her because she orders everything anyway because she's busy all the time. So why not order products that are better for her and her children, cleaner, and if you price compare, I promise you they'll be cheaper. I've done it. Just like my dish tabs. I thought I don't know if I want to change over from Cascade because I can get a pretty good deal over here at Dollar General. But when I compared how many tabs versus how many tabs, it was cheaper to get it from my own self. So that's what I did. But anyway, the products, if you try them, you'll know you can't get anything like that in a store, no national brand. And this company just got named as the best consumer products in USA Today. That don't happen just by happenstance. They're good.
And all that stuff she said, it's her company. That's how you have to look at it. This is your company. Be proud of it. And if it were your company, how would you behave? It's like me. If you're objecting to what I teach and I am faithfully fit, oh, it bothers me, but I don't quit teaching it because I believe in it with everything in me. You've got to believe in your company that way and your products that way. And if you'll share it and you can do it, and the more relaxed you are about it, but just do it frequently, just let it inhabit you. It doesn't have to be a grind, it can be enjoyable. You're already using the products, you already believe in them. Now it's just sharing that with others and just letting them see the changes in you too. And there's so many people that tell me when I get healthy, I'll do it, or when I do. No, you'll never be successful that way. You have to be that now. Let that feeling inhabit you now. Be that, and then you'll do that. People wait on doing, and then maybe if I do, I'll be, and then no, you'll never be. You have to be that, and then you'll start doing. But
Travis,
yes,
sorry, I hate to quit. I keep interrupting you, but one thing I want to make clear because I've talked to almost everybody in here, and you can attest to this. Whatever I make right now goes absolutely, totally to I am faithfully fit to get it built up and going. I don't keep a dime of it. And even if I sign them up, I don't keep a dime of it. So I just wanted everybody to know I hadn't told you a lie. I'm not doing it for me right now, but one day I will.
yeah. Mom has done all of this to keep I Am Faithfully Fit going. When I Am Faithfully Fit, when Shibboleth bankrupted, we had to go scurrying overnight to try to figure out how to keep that website going. And if it hadn't been for Mom helping, she's put every dime she's made from Melaleuca back into I Am Faithfully Fit to keep our support team here. We could go on all day about it. But Melaleuca has been good to me and Mom. And when we get it back on track, if we help y'all, you're helping us. But it's a wheel within a wheel. Don't do it for us. Do it for yourself. Do it for the people that become your marketers and your customers. That's the right attitude in my mind. All right, so I'm gonna go through the training, what we're gonna do in these team meetings so that you know, because it is going to be a little bit different. We're going to work on developing personally. I've shared my story with you. We feel like this has what a lot of people in the Christian community called Kingdom Purpose. We're helping people achieve health and wealth which honors God. It does not honor God for you to be broke. It does not honor God for you to be physically unhealthy. That does not honor God. I don't know why in the Christian community so many like me have gotten where we think that's a badge of honor. That is not a badge of honor. Mom and I know people at church that are so unhealthy and so well. Who's wanting to sign up for that? I don't want to sign up for that. I know things happen, but when it's self-inflicted because your God is food, you get me started on that now. If you use these products to help you get healthy and well, lose weight, get well, if you use them for that, I know you're going to director. Now I'll figure out the other lanes with you. I'll figure them out. Well, if your thing's cleaning supplies, we'll figure it out. Clean, environmentally toxic free cleaning supplies that are safe and biodegradable. If that's it, we'll do it. I'm in with you. But if you're trying to lose weight and using the big three, there's no way you're not going to director. If you'll do what I do what mom does, let us train you on how to do it. We will be celebrating your first 3 customers in less than a week. If it takes a month, how long does it take? As long as it takes. Tammy, as long as it takes. Once you crack the code, then it just gets easy. You just
Hey,
have to be determined to crack that code first. Yes.
sorry, Travis. One other thing, and I know you'd probably get to it, but I'm about to have to jump off. But several were asking how they can do this, so I know you'll tell them how to contact us so we can contact them.
I will.
But don't forget about the pace setter. I don't know if they have time, do they, to get that? I don't know if it has to be 2 this month or not.
Yeah, it's
But the
two.
pace setter thing, that was a great thing.
Yeah, it's 2 to reset Paysetter. If they're new, they don't have to reset it. But
Oh, that's right. Okay, great, great. And they also, when they sign up, can sign up other people for 3 months for $1 for first year's membership.
yeah, yeah. And what we'll do too, so if y'all have a customer, we're gonna put everybody wanting to build, Chris, et cetera. We're gonna put y'all in a thread so that we got real time. Like if Chris is saying, I got one and I don't know what to tell them, me and mom's in there and other experienced people are in that thread to make sure that we're helping you. I think it'd probably be good for everybody here to get an app called Signal. I have found that it works like a top. It's called Signal. We can all be in Signal in the same thread and go back and forth real time. And if somebody's doesn't have an answer, somebody in that group will have an answer. I'm gonna write y'all down too. Chris, Lisa Gowans, Chris, Lisa, help me keep up with this if you're in here. I'll write them down too before I go. All right. So we know what the mission is. I'll try to speed up. Understanding director rank. If you're not a director yet, here's what we got to do to get you to the first rank. We got to find 8 customers that are personally enrolled and they each shop and get 35 points. That's the first goal. We're looking for everybody here to get to director, and to do that, 8 customers, 35 points. Now, if you go down the path I go down where you talk about the big 3, they'll get a lot more than 35 points. You do have, I think, an advantage on this team because if you follow any of my Melaleuca Wellness Company meal plans and you're losing weight with those meal plans that use and incorporate the products, when somebody asks, how'd you lose that weight? All you got to do is shoot them a message with that meal plan and the Melaleuca products, and they're a customer. Does that make sense? So I use the GC control shakes. I use the bars. I believe in them all. I just had cereal the other day with the Simply Fit clusters. If you post that stuff, they're gonna ask you about it. They'll follow you. Just because you're not getting likes in the weight loss arena doesn't mean they're not watching. They don't like to thumbs up something about weight loss until they're ready to talk. Do you see what I'm saying? So they're watching. So if you're trying to use the products with whole foods incorporated too to lose weight, and you start posting about your success, how you're losing weight, when they ask, it's a glove in hand fit. We have an advantage because we have meal plans using their popcorn and using their shakes and using the peak performance. You just have to buy into that. All right. So write this down. We're going to director. We need 8 customers personally enrolled, 35 points. That will get you anywhere, most likely, of the range of $500 to $1,000 the first month you become a director. You got to work on your personal use strategy. I would suggest coming up with at least 3 to 5 products that you know everything about, that you use without fail, that you believe in with your whole being, that you're proud to talk about. I would take these products if they didn't pay me a dime. Do you feel the same way? Okay, we just are lucky then because they pay us. I'd take them if I didn't make anything because they're that good. But we're lucky, we're blessed. They pay us too. So let's get you 8 and let's get you to director. Have a personal use strategy. I always tie in right now what's on trend is clean eating and detox. These products are as clean as they get in the marketplace for minimally processed foods. We're teaching people how to shop smarter, not harder. Like Mama said, I switched stores. That's all I did. I just redirected where I spend my money, and I now put my money in better quality products, American made products, safer products, more absorbable products. I could go on all day because I believe in them. Share your story. There's 3 pillars to a story. I'm going to come up with forms to help all of us have our health story, our financial relief story, and the ministry impact. So we all will come up with 3 stories that we practice called an elevator speech, related one to our health improvements, one to the financial improvement, one to how it's impacted our faith. We will come up with a 90-second templated story. What happened before Melaleuca, what you found once you started Melaleuca, and what's happened since. These are the vital parts of building a business that I want to bring to the table. You've got to have a vision, you've got to have a mission, and you've got to have it documented, and you got to learn it, you got to know it. These stories and us coming up with them and formulating them is how you would build your business. If you were starting a business, you would have to have these stories written down. We do not want this willy-nilly approach that I've allowed our team to live with for 2 years. We want to do this the right way, and the right way is coming up with our stories, Tammy. We'll have a great enrollment strategy. I'll be getting that to you this week. Here's my enrollment strategy, and then you can work within that what fits your personality best. I have invitation templates from faith, weight loss derived, and money focused, depending on my knowing of that person. If I know that I'm dealing with somebody like Mama, no offense, Mama, before she got involved, I'm not coming at Mama with a money focused approach. She's going to tell me to get lost. She's interested in products only. She's evolved over time because now she sees they're the real deal. Many of us have been burned by MLM companies. This is not an MLM company. This is a shopping club that has revenue sharing. That is their legal structure, and it's why they're the most successful at what they do. But you knowing your prospect, knowing who they are, lets you know what to go in with. If you know it's somebody that has been very successful in network marketing and they reach out to you, hey, you want to approach them with the financial opportunity. If it's my mom who says, I ain't got no time for that stuff, you want to approach her about peak performance, heart health. You know what I'm saying? You want to be smart, be wise about the approach. But I will say this, any approach is better than no approach. Just swing the stinking bat. You can't get a hit unless you swing. we're coming up with long-term growth strategies. Okay. We're coming up with a successful pattern. We start having directors pop on our team. And then once the directors start popping, now we can kind of refine our strategy together. And now we've got duplication of our efforts, because you don't want to have people sign up under you and not get them to director. I don't want to let this team down here forward. I want to help those go to director that want to go to director. You'll have to do your part. I will do mine. We'll continue to work on mindset, discipline, and encouragement. We will also start each month, we will go through a book together. If you can't come to when we do that, a personal development book, when we come together to do that book reading together and develop personally, overcome some things. I'm talking to myself. Overcome, become secure, become confident, become a believer in yourself. All these types of things. Dr. Brad Ward, God rest his soul, changed my life when I joined a thing he was in 20 years ago. No, 30 plus years ago. He said, I will work with you, kid, but you have to read 2 books a month. And because of that, I've read hundreds of books, listened to them on audiobook, and out of honoring him and all that he taught me, there would have been no Thrive Weight Loss without Dr. Ward, Mama. There would have been no Shibboleth without Dr. Ward. He got in my head and made this kid believe that he could be successful, that he could do anything if he set his mind to it. But he knew I had scarcity mindset, and he went to work on me with books and tapes. And he would not let me come to his meetings around all those successful people unless I'd read 2 books that month. Our team is going to read a book a month minimum. We'll do it together, and if you can't come to meetings, you'll be expected to do it on your own. The first book that we're going to read together is a short one to get it all kicked off, and we'll do these in our meetings too. It's called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. We're starting with that book. We're going to develop a successful mindset that's duplicatable, because I want Tammy a year from now to be teaching her team so that she can thrive, so that people that she's bringing on board can become directors and push her up. And she's got to do that. We all got to do that by helping each other overcome a scarcity mindset. So she will help her team members with these books. There's going to be a curriculum so that anybody that says, I'm ready to break away from this team, I'm big enough now to start my own team. I'm on the great. Go and train up the next director, sis. Here's what we did. Go make it better. That's how we're going to approach this. Is there any questions, comments, anything that you would like to share?
Travis, this is Kathy Hoffman. Um, I'm assuming whether you're people out there, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I've always wanted to do all of this. Time wise, I have a small business. I know some of our sweet women who have lost 100 pounds have had the same challenges. They have their own business, doing jewelry, Cindy doing jewelry and other things. And then but it is, how do we fight that overwhelmed feeling is the question, because, and are other people feeling it? If y'all would let me know. Even the mom who's still a mom and got kids, I own a business like yourself already, and it's very demanding in every way. Anyway, and pretty much independent. So you do everything. Just like you do the admin, you do the accounting, you do the taxes, you do anyway. So there's moms that are going through the same thing too. How can we address the overwhelmed feeling?
Yeah, I don't know that what I have to say will resonate with you, Kathy, but I'll say it, and then some of the other ladies may have another piece of wisdom for you. For me, I am never overwhelmed unless my mind is engaged. So if I get in my mind, and you know how I feel about that, I know we've often felt a little bit different about it, but if I listen to my mind, Number one, I procrastinate. My mind overwhelms me. My present moment awareness never, and I'll explain what I mean by that, it never overwhelms me. I am perfectly still, perfectly calm inside myself. If my mind gets to chattering, I get overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I got to do this. What if I don't do this? I'm going to let this person down. If I don't do that, they're going to be mad. Oh my gosh, if I don't reply back to Paulette, she's going to hate me. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Then I start making assumptions. Then my speech becomes less than impeccable. And then I start taking things personally. And then I procrastinate. I'm like, I just don't have time to do this right now. So I'm going to pause until I can do a better job with it. That's how it works for me when I'm feeling overwhelmed. But when I get still, nothing really changed for me. I gotta eat. I gotta eat. So I'm redirecting what I eat. Now I'm eating this stuff. I post. I feel led to post. I don't post on Facebook because I have to. I love sharing my heart with people. All I'm doing is sharing my heart. I'm already doing that. Um, People message me all day. They're just, some of them are going to message me about this, and then I just send them a link. Then they sign up, and they only sign up because they want to talk to me about these great products, and I love talking about these great products. It's only my mind that causes me trouble. I tend to have to be careful about, I will identify with the lies of my mind. It's egoic. My mind is egoic. Like it is, I'm not a good person from the standpoint people think. The most of the people that think good about me, it's not something to think good. It's my ego. The people that like me because I know Travis will do that for me. I know Travis will give that for me. I'm doing it all for the wrong reason. If I'm just doing it to please somebody, it's not coming out of my being. It's coming because I want you to think I'm something I'm not. So my ego gets me in trouble. But when I let go my ego, I'm no longer worried about if I can't get back to Paulette and she gets mad at me. She doesn't do that. I'm using her as a placeholder. If I don't get back to her and she gets mad at me, that my being, not my mind, my being says that's her problem. It ain't my problem. That's a good person. But the people outside of you will say that's a bad person because they don't care how I feel. That's their ego talking. It's when I let my mind say, you're not good enough, you can't get to everybody, you're going to let somebody down, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Then I freeze. I don't go forward with my life. Now, I think it's harder and more difficult for women. Men seem to be laser locked, they can focus on just a few things at a time. You ladies, it isn't that y'all have to think about so much more than we do. I mean that from a genuine heart. I don't know how you do it. That's why I say I probably have bad advice. The women may can help you with that, feel less overwhelmed, but it y'all have a lot on you. You're trying to run a business, trying to nurture a husband, trying to nurture kids, maybe trying to nurture grandkids. Got to cook this, got to. I have no idea how you do it. I have no idea. I'm a dude.
Hey,
So
Travis,
I'll,
Kathy.
I'll let her jump in.
I have to say this to Kathy because I met a lot of people that made great impressions on me at that gathering that we had. But Kathy, you are one of the sweetest. You just radiate kindness. And yes, it's a hectic life. The girl that I hesitate about sending this to, she has a business. She's got children that she runs constantly to games, ball games, everything. And they travel a lot. But she has a lot of people that she meets in her life, as you do, working. Now that I don't work, I don't have a lot of people that I can communicate with, if you understand what I'm saying, where you might run across somebody you said you had children. I don't know if they're young, but the ball field, somewhere that you might could talk to them about the products or friends or business acquaintances. But that might be a positive, and my advice on that when I did work is a little bit at a time. Do as little bit at a time as you can and still be successful. But don't try to overwhelm yourself all at once, sending out tons of messages. Maybe do one or two a day, just so you're not overwhelmed, because you would be great at it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you for your kindness. And that was very helpful what you said about just it doesn't matter. I don't have to conquer the world. I believe in all of it immensely. And I love fitness, but it's just, I know I'm called to do the business stuff as well. So it's like, anyway, thank you for your time. I'm going to shut up because there's other people, but all of your advice, again, thank you for your kindness.
Yeah, that's Kathy. If anybody here could do it, what scares me about you, when you naturally start doing it, you have, like Mom said, such a warm, inviting personality. There's no telling where, there's no telling how many people you'll help and what you'll accomplish. And there's going to be some, because I feel this way about myself. There's something not wanting you to do it because that entity it doesn't want you helping that many people, because you'd be so good at it. You'd just be awesome at it.
Thank you.
Anybody else? And I think most of all, let's just have a lot of fun with it. Let's have fun. This can be a ton of fun. Just have fun. Nothing really changes other than we're eating better, taking care of ourselves. We got more reason to. You can even look at it depending on your mindset. Like, I get paid to take care of myself. All right. All hearts and minds clear. Everybody feel good. Our next training tomorrow will be a little different because I have to also, but it's hand in glove fit. Tomorrow at noon, I'm going to be starting the training with onboarding. The girls decided to call it mentoring again. But what we were calling onboarding angels is mentors. We'll start with that, and then it'll segue over into the wellness company training. And tomorrow we'll take one aspect of what I shared today, not the whole story again, but one aspect of a template we need to work on, answer any questions, and we'll read our first section of our personal development book, As a Man Thinketh. And I will record it, absolutely. Does that sound good? Does everybody like the direction? I'm not saying we won't fine tune it as we go, but consider this a hard launch. It's not a soft launch or a false start coming. This is a hard launch. We're launching it. We'll evolve as we go forward together. I have a goal of having 144 directors. I'll let y'all do the math. You come up with your goals. All right? Appreciate y'all very much. Does somebody feel like dismissing us in prayer? All right, I'll do it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, God, for this meeting. Father, you know, you know the certainty that exists inside myself about this, the knowing of the great things we're all going to accomplish as a team. You also know about how my mind works and how my mind will invent and fabricate reasons to doubt. Help us all, if we're going through that, to overcome that doubt, to overcome it with certainty and faith. We all know that we deserve good things, and we know why. We deserve them because our life is hid in Christ Jesus. Father, any good thing that comes from these meetings, that comes from the folks that are recruiting and helping others work on their physical health, their financial health, whatever it may be, if any good thing comes from it, God, we will bow our heads and give Jesus the praise for it all, because we know where the good comes from. All good things come from you, come from above. And we're so thankful, God. We go on and thank you now. We thank you for the success that we're surrounded by in this moment right now. It couldn't get any better. And we are thankful that you always hear us. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank y'all so much. So Lisa, are you already I think, are you still active in Melaleuca? I'll get more acquainted with who stayed and who's left over the last year or two, but the names after a while, I've got about 400 folks. Are you still active, Lisa? You're not active. So, Lisa, would you give her that link that got the Melaleuca overview? And Lisa, let me give you my email address too. You emailed earlier, okay. And then I'm gonna get Lisa to give you the Melaleuca overview. And she did. It's right there. It says the Wellness Company overview link. Just if you have already, don't worry about it. We got it. I'm sure if Mom's still here, she's grabbed your name, Lisa Gowan's mama. But also you can click that link that Lisa gave, and there's some information there if you haven't seen it so far. All right. We love y'all so much and look forward to talking to y'all. We postponed tonight's faith driven session. See y'all tomorrow. We've got multiple meetings tomorrow, and then we'll have this one. Probably this one will start about 12:30. I'll send a text out. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all. Good having you.